Start.
Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to teach you English literature lesson number 2, and the name of the lesson is Nat Comes to Plumfield, and it is written by an American author, Louisa May Alcott. Hope you have got the lesson. The name of the lesson, Nat Comes to Plumfield. And the introduction of the lesson is, Plumfield was a school that belonged to a lady named Mrs. Josephine Breyer. Mrs. Josephine wanted to run a school that was very different from the others. And this is an extract, and this extract is taken from a novel called Little Men. Little Men. And now I am going to explain to you the meaning of the word extract. Extract means a short passage taken from a long story. Extract means a short passage taken from a long story. Thus, Nat Comes to Plumfield is a story of how Nat, an orphan boy, reaches the Plumfield school and wins the heart of everyone with his pleasant violin music. So this is the content of the story. Nat comes to Plumfield and he wins the heart of everyone by playing violin. So we now come to know that he is interested in music. I am going to introduce the characters of the story. Nat Blake. Nat Blake, a poor orphan boy. Orphan means one who doesn't have father or mother. Then Mr. and Mrs. Breyer. They both are husband and wife. Mr. and Mrs. Breyer. They are the owners of the Plumfield school. Mr. Lawrence, the man who sent Nat to Plumfield. Then the gatekeeper. There is no need to explain to you gatekeeper. What is the work of the gatekeeper? Then the maid. Then we also see number of boys. So these are the characters of the story. Now I am going to read out the lesson for you. Now I am going to read page number 14. And you can have a look of page number 14 here. Page number 14. Yes. So here I am going to read out the lesson and explain to you the lesson. Please pay attention. Please, sir, is this Plumfield? Asked a ragged boy of the man who opened the great gate at which the omnibus left him. So, Nat comes to Plumfield. Plumfield, already I told you what is Plumfield. Plumfield is the name of a school. Plumfield is the name of a school, and Nat comes here. And how is his appearance? The author has said ragged. Ragged. What is the meaning of ragged? Ragged means the boy who had wore old and torn clothes. Old and torn clothes. We have seen the street boys. How do they dress up? We have seen it. So he comes as a ragged boy of the man who opened the great gate at which the omnibus left him. Omnibus. Omnibus means minibus, small bus. Omnibus. Omnibus means small bus or minibus. So now we came to know that how the boy Nat reaches the Plumfield. He came by a bus. And the bus is omni, small bus. Yes, who sent you? Mr. Lawrence, I have got a letter for the lady. So the man asked who sent you here, and the boy replied, Mr. Lawrence. I already introduced you who is Lawrence. Lawrence, and I have got a letter for the lady. Mr. Lawrence gave me a letter to give to the lady. Now who is lady you already know. Mrs. Pryor or Mrs. Josephine. Alright, go up to the house and give it to her. She'll see to you, little chap. And the gatekeeper said, you go up to the house and she will see you there. She means Mrs. Lawrence will see you there. Little chap, chap means Mrs. Josephine will see you there, and little chap means little boy. Chap, the meaning of chap is boy. The man spoke pleasantly. The man spoke pleasantly. Pleasantly means very happily. And the boy went on, and the boy started to go to the upstairs, feeling much cheered by his words. He was very much positive. He was very much happy by hearing the words of the man who opened the gate for him. Through the soft spring rain that fell on sprouting grass and budding trees, Nat saw a large square house before him, a hospitable-looking house with an old-fashioned porch, wide steps, and lights shining in many windows. Neither curtains nor shutters hid the cheerful glimmer. Now the author is explaining the beauty of the school. The beauty, how the school is being explained or shown here. Old-fashioned school. And it is having a hospitable-looking house. What do you mean by hospitable? Hospitable means hospitable. Hospitable means hospitable. Not hospital, it is hospitable. Hospitable means friendly and welcoming. Friendly. There is no need to explain what is friendly. Friendly and welcoming. It is ready to receive everyone. Friendly and welcoming. Hospitable house with an old-fashioned porch. What is a porch? Porch, we have porch in our house. Porch means a covered shelter projecting in front of the entrance of a building. Porch. Wide steps. Very big steps. Wide steps. And lights shining in many windows. It is all lighted everywhere. Neither curtains nor shutters hid the cheerful glimmer. There is no curtain, no shutters, and it is open, very bright, and it is very open to everyone. Friendly and welcoming. That is the appearance of the school. I hope the lady will see to me. Who is I here? I hope. Nat, he himself is thinking, I think the lady will see to me. The lady will talk to me. He thought and gave a timid rap with a great bronze knocker. And he is going and knocking at the door again with a great bronze knocker. What is knocker? A metal wooden object. Knocker. K-N-O-C-K-E-R. Knocker means K-N-O-C-K-E-R. K-N-O-C-K-E-R. Knocker means metal or wooden object. Metal or wooden object. Metal or wooden object. That is the meaning of object. That's the meaning of knocker. So here he is going, Nat is going and just knocking at the door with which was a jovial griffin's head. Jovial, there he is finding a jovial griffin's head. Griffin means, the meaning of griffin is, it's a mythical creature. Mythical creature with a head and wings of an eagle. You might have seen in some houses they keep this and in the front door near the lock. Okay, that is griffin's head. Cheerful. Jovial means jolly. Cheerful. Griffin's head. When he knocked at the door, who is coming now? A rosy-faced servant maid opened the door. The maid is coming and opening the door and smiled as she took the letter which he silently offered. She was very happy. She happily took the letter from Nat. And Nat how he gave the letter to her? Very silently he offered the letter to her. She seemed used to receiving strange boys. So Nat is thinking that I think she might have seen or receiving such type of boys even previously. She seemed used to receiving strange boys, for she pointed to a seat in the hall and said with a nod. She pointed to Nat that you go to that hall and sit there. She did not speak to him anything. She only showed actions. Nod. What do you mean by nod? Nod means shaking the head. She nodded the head. And she told Nat, you go and sit in the hall. She pointed the hall to him. Sit there and drip on the mat a bit while I take this to Mrs. She said to him, sit there in the hall and drip on the mat. What do you mean by drip on the mat? Drip on the mat means you sit there comfortably, keeping your shoes on the mat. So it means that it is winter season there. That is why she said, drip on the mat a bit while I take this into Mrs. Who is Mrs. here? Mrs. Josephine. Nat found plenty to amuse him while he waited. So Nat was sitting in the hall, and at that time he saw many things, plenty to amuse him. Amuse means to make him happy. And stared about him curiously, enjoying the view, yet glad to do so unobserved in the dusky recess by the door. Unobserved, I read again. Nat found plenty to amuse him while he waited. While he was waiting there, he saw many things. I already introduced you. Number of boys are there in that school, so they might be playing something. And stared about him curiously. All these boys were staring at him, looking at him curiously. Why they were looking at him curiously? Because he is a new boy there. They were not knowing him before. They have not seen him before. That's why they were looking at him curiously, enjoying the view, yet glad to do so unobserved in the dusky recess by the door. Dusky means dark. Recess means a small space behind the door. So the boys were playing in the behind the door. Some games they were playing behind the door. And who was enjoying this view? Nat was enjoying the view. He was enjoying the play, and all the boys were staring at him. The house seemed swarming with boys. Swarming. S-W-A-R-M. Swarming means a large number of. Swarming. Large number of. So I already told you, in the school there are a good number of children, a good number of boys. Swarming means a large number of. Swarming. The house seemed swarming with boys who were beguiling the rainy twilight with all sorts of amusement. Already in the second paragraph I told you it was little bit of drizzling. Drizzling means raining. And they were drizzling in the twilight with all sorts of amusement. What do you mean by twilight? Twilight means dawn or dusk, morning or evening, morning light or evening light. So they were playing in the dusky recess behind the door, and they were also beguiling the rainy twilight with all sorts of amusement. Amusements means making each other's happy. They were playing such type of game. The hall, however, presented the most inviting prospect of all. for a brisk game of tag was going on in the upper entry, and a constant succession of small boys sliding down the banisters to the great detriment of their clothes and danger to their limbs. This is one sentence, but it's a little bit big. I am going to read it again. The hall, however, presented the most inviting prospect of all. While he was sitting in the hall was most inviting. Prospect means show. There was another show was going on. What was that show? For a brisk game. Brisk means energetic. Brisk, B-R-I-S-K. Brisk means energetic game of tag was going on. Tag is a type of a game. What is this? A game where a den runs after others, and if he or she touches the person is said to be out. This is the game called tag. So this type of game they were playing. Tag was going on in the upper entry, and a constant succession of small boys sliding down the banisters. Banister means handrails. Banister. They were sitting on the banister, and they were coming down, and again they will go up, and they were coming down. So the small boys, they were enjoying this type of game, and this type of game is a damage to their clothes. It will damage their clothes as well as it will make a problem for their limbs. Who is thinking all this? Nat. Who is noticing? Who is watching all the game? Nat is saying, and he himself is thinking that it is a dangerous game. The game of tag is a dangerous game. After playing the game of tag, they go and sit in the handrail or the banister, and they slowly slide down, and that can cause danger to their clothes and to their limbs. So absorbed did Nat becomes in this exciting race. So Nat was fully absorbed. Absorbed means he was fully immersed. He was so much interested in that exciting race that when one very lively boy came down so swiftly that he could not stop himself, but fell off the banisters with a crash. So Nat was so much absorbed, so much interested in that game. At that time, what has happened? One small boy fell off from the banisters with a crash, with a loud sound. He is fallen from the banisters. Nat forgot himself. He's a new boy, but he forgot himself. Ran up to the fallen boy. He was waiting for the missus, but he forgot. He did not remember that he is a new boy. He ran up to him, expecting to find him half dead. And what was the condition of the boy? He was half dead. Half dead means something had happened to him very seriously. The boy, however, only winged rapidly for a second. He winged means looked, winged rapidly. For a second he looked at Nat, then lay calmly looking up at the new face. Then he lay there calmly. He was looking, he could not speak anything. He was looking at the new face with a surprised hello. Surprisingly said hello. The word given here is hullo. H-U-L-L-O. Hullo. Hullo means hello. H-U-L-L-O. Hullo means we can say hello. And the fallen boy just said, he was only looking at Nat, and he said hullo. Hullo, returned Nat. He also said hullo, not knowing what else to say. Nat was not knowing what to speak again. He was not knowing, and thinking that form of reply both brief and easy. Nat was feeling very comfortable by saying only hello. He was not knowing what to speak again. So he said it was very easy, brief. Brief means short and easy. That to say hello is very simple and very easy. And the boy, after saying hello to Nat, the fallen boy asked, "Are you a new boy?" Asked the Recumbent youth. Recumbent youth means recumbent. R-E-C-U-M. R-E-C-U-M-B-E-N-T. Recumbent means lying. Lying or fallen. Lying. Recumbent. Recumbent means lying boy. The lying boy, the boy who had fallen, asked Nat, "Are you a new boy?" Without stirring, he asked, "Are you a new boy?" He was not moving, he was only lying there. "Don't know yet. Don't know yet." Who said this? Don't know yet. He himself don't know yet. I don't know yet. "What's your name?" He asked, "What's your name?" He said, "Nat Blake." I introduced to you who is Nat Blake. Nat Blake is a poor orphan boy. Nat Blake. "Mine's Tommy Banks." He said, "My name is Tommy Banks." Mine's Tommy Banks. "Have you seen Aunt Jo?" He asked, "Have you seen Aunt Jo?" Jo means Josephine, Mrs. Josephine. He asked as if that was some sort of an important ceremony. So he asked Nat, Have you seen Aunt Jo?" "I haven't seen anybody yet, but you boys." Nat Blake replied, "I haven't seen anybody, I haven't seen anybody yet. But you boys, only you boys I have seen. I'm waiting," answered Nat. Nat said, "I'm waiting for Mrs. Josephine. I have given my letter to the maid and I'm waiting for her here." So today I am going to explain to you only 14th lessons page I have shown you, and this is the 15th page of lesson 2, page number 15. You can have a note of it. And there are a good number of word meanings here. A few I explained. Once again I am going to explain to you the word meanings. And the continuation of the same lesson will be dealt with tomorrow. And once again I am just explaining you the meaning. Ragged. Ragged means old and torn. Omnibus. Omnibus means minibus or small bus. Then sprouting. Sprouting. Sprouting means beginning to grow. The plants, for example, plants begins to grow. Sprouting, beginning to grow. Then hospitable, I already told you. Then the next detriment. Detriment means damage. Detriment. D-E-T-R-I-M-E-N-T. Detriment. Detriment means damage. Damage. So these are the important word meanings we have here. Then there are few questions I would like to ask you. That who had sent Nat to Plumfield? Question number 1. Later on I will give you the question answer. This is just the review of the lesson. Few questions I am going to ask you. Who had sent Nat to Plumfield? Mr. Lawrence had sent Nat to Plumfield. Then describe Plumfield School in one word or phrase. The appearance of the Plumfield School. It's a hospitable looking house. Hospitable looking house. To whom did Nat give the letter? To whom did Nat give the letter? Nat gave the letter to the maid. Where did Nat sit? Nat sat in a big hall. Which game interested Nat the most? The game of tag interested him the most. Who was the first boy that Nat met? Nat met Tommy Banks. The first boy whom Nat met was Tommy Banks. Tommy Banks. So this is all only today. I am going to teach you this much. Hope you have understood my lesson. All those who have got the books, it is easy for them. Please read page number 14 and 15 and learn the word meanings. Tomorrow I will be taking the next pages of the same lesson. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Bye-bye.